This is the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. Namaskar, the news snippets. Over 2.5 million people have recovered from COVID-19 in India. 25,23,771 people have recovered till now. In the past 24 hours, 56,013 people recovered. The national recovery rate is 76.24%. 9,24,998 tests were conducted for COVID-19 in the last 24 hours throughout the country. The country's cured to infected ratio is 3.5 cured per 1 infected person now. India's Phase 2 trials of the Oxford University AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine have started in Pune. The Serum Institute of India SII is partnering with Oxford University AstraZeneca to bring out the vaccine for coronavirus. Delhi will increase testing to 40,000 per day after a recent spike in cases. Delhi reported 1,693 new cases on Wednesday. The GST Council, under the chairmanship of Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, would meet to discuss the issue of GST compensation to states. A central team will be visiting Assam to take stock of the flood situation in the state. Gujarat, Bihar and parts of Jammu and Kashmir have also been affected by floods. 2 people were killed in firing in Kenosha, Wisconsin, in the U.S. after protests turned violent over the shooting of Jacob Blake, a black man, by the local police. Protesters defied curfew for the 3rd straight night. Thai authorities have cracked down on students and other protesters who are demanding systematic changes and democratization. The accused in the New Zealand mosque shootings, Brenton Tarrant, has been jailed for life without parole by a New Zealand court. 51 worshippers were killed in the lone wolf attacks at Masjid Al-Noor and the Linwood Islamic Center in Christchurch on 15th March 2019. And that is the end of the news snippets.
As WHO Director General said,
we are not just fighting an epidemic, we are also fighting an infodemic.
So, what was he talking about?
Well, there is so much information about COVID-19 out there that sometimes I don't know what and who to believe.
This virus has been spreading fast.
But it seems like information about it spreads even faster.
We've all seen so many negative social media posts about COVID-19,
where people were blamed because of their color or their profession.
Such misinformation, disinformation, and discrimination
can influence people's decisions about their health in a way that may be harmful and could contribute to the spread of COVID-19.
Around the world, young people are contributing to the COVID-19 response.
We work on the front lines, like healthcare and essential workers.
We are innovators.
We push for action and change.
We are shaping the future, and so can you.
More than ever, we are a generation that values solidarity and collaboration.
Join us as we tackle disinformation, misinformation, and discrimination.
Here are 5 actions
we can all do to stop the infodemic.
Critically examine the information that you receive.
Look for facts and evidence supporting the claims being made.
Choose carefully. Only share, like, or forward reliable content from trusted sources.
Be cautious. Do not share, forward, or like false information you know is not true.
Be a good example. Support your community by identifying inaccurate information.
Don't spend too much time online. Keep physical activity and take care of your mental health.
Together, let's stop the spread of disinformation and misinformation to get us through this pandemic safely.
انشر الحقائق وليس الفيروس.
Espalhe fatos, não o vírus.
Spread facts, not the virus.
We present the intriguing game of numbers, the mystery of number calculation solved in seconds. So be ready with your pen and paper and let your mind explore the world of numbers.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Playing with numbers.
Playing with numbers for the maths lovers and developers. To learn the solution in a few seconds, special types and lengthy questions under the guidance of teacher's teacher, Maths Wizard Ashok Kumar Roy.
In this episode, we will find out the value of 104 square. For this, we will make two boxes from left side to right side. And we will keep in our mind the digits at units place in 104. Here, 4 is very important. So, in the first box from left side, we will write 104 plus 4. And in the second box from left side or from first box from the right side, we will write 4 square, which is already 16.
Now it's turn to find out the value of 104 square. For it, in the first step, we will calculate 104 plus 4, which will be 108 for the first box from left, and in the second step for the right box. We will keep in our mind the value of 4 square in 2 digits, that is 16.
So, in the first box, we have 108 and in the second box, we have 16. So, final answer of 104 square will be 10816. You know that 108 is from 104 plus 4 and 16 is from 4 square. So, the final answer from 2 boxes, we will get 10816, which is 104 square.
Finally, we will put both the 3-digit numbers 108 and assumed 2-digit number 16 in both boxes from left to right respectively to get the value of 104 square. Thus, as a result, we have the value of 104 square as 10816. This program was conceptualized and produced by Monica Gulati, assisted in production by Divya Nambishan and narrated by Lucy Gabriel.
Hello and welcome to Folk Tales from India, in which you have been listening to Panchatantra stories. The first folk tale is titled The Donkey and the Dog. Once a washerman had a donkey and a dog. The dog used to guard his master's house and the donkey used to carry stacks of clothes on his back. One night a thief got into the house. Even after seeing the thief, the donkey did not bark. When the donkey questioned the dog, he answered, "The master does not care for me. He doesn't even feed me properly. I won't wake him up." The donkey requested the dog to bark, but the dog didn't listen to the donkey. Hence the donkey brayed at the top of his voice, which woke up the washerman. The thief quickly ran away from the scene. The washerman could not find anyone. He got furious at the donkey and thrashed the poor donkey with a stick. The moral: one must focus on one's own duty and let others do their own. The next Panchatantra tale is titled The Dolphins and the Sprat. The dolphins and the whales were involved in a war with one another. When the battle was at its height, a sprat stepped in and tried to reconcile them. However, the dolphins refused to accept any help from the sprat. Surprised, the sprat wanted to know the reason. To this, one of the dolphins cried out, "Stay away. We will prefer death in the war to being reconciled by you, a small fish, so much inferior to us." The sprat felt bad and went away. The dolphins fought on, and each of them was fatally wounded. Even when they were dying, there was pride on their faces. The moral: pompous people would accept damage to any extent, then avoid harm with help of people from the lower rungs of society. The third Panchatantra tale is titled The Snake and the Farmer. A farmer was returning back to his house on a wintry night. On his way, he saw a snake. He was almost dead with the cold. He took pity on the creature and brought him home. He kept him close to the fireplace for some time, and slowly the warmth made the snake feel better. But on gaining back his health, the snake sprang up and attacked the farmer's wife and children. The farmer heard them cry. He rushed into the room and saw the horrifying scene. His wife and kids had fainted with fright, while the snake was sitting there ready to bite. He quickly grabbed an axe and cut the snake into 2 halves. The snake died immediately. The moral: it is true that kindness shown to ungrateful ones is often thrown away. The fourth folk tale is titled The Cock and the Fox. One day 2 friends, a dog and a cock, set out to travel. In the night, they took rest under a tree. The cock perched on the branch of the tree, while the dog stayed under the same tree. At daybreak, the cock gave a loud crow, drawing the attention of a wild fox, who planned to make a good meal of it. He said to the cock, "You will be useful to our fellow creatures. Come join us." The cock understood his motive and said, "Well, wake up my secretary. He will toll the bell." As the fox tried to wake the dog up, the dog jumped on him and killed him immediately. The moral: those who lay traps for others are often caught by their own snare. And the next folktale is titled The Wind and the Moon. A lion and a tiger lived together as friends. A monk also lived nearby. One day the tiger said, "The cold comes when the moon decreases from full to new." The lion responded, "You are stupid. Cold comes when the moon increases from new to full." They decided to consult the monk for the correct answer. The monk said, "It can be cold in any phase of the moon, from new to full and back to new again. It is the wind that brings the cold, whether from west or north or east. Therefore, both of you are right." The monk also said, "The most important thing is to live without conflict, to remain united." Both of them lived happily thereafter as good friends. The moral: weather comes and goes, but friendship remains. The sixth Panchatantra tale is titled The Lioness. Once upon a time, all the beasts of the forest were in dispute as to who could produce the maximum number of kids at birth. The wolf boasted, minimum 5. Others went on adding to it. Then they decided to visit the lioness. They challenged her royal status and asked, "How many do you have at birth?" "There are many among us who give birth to a number of kids at a time. We are much superior," they asserted. "Oh, is it so? It's just one in my case," said the lioness. All the animals laughed a lot and made fun of the lioness. Then the lioness said, "Mind you, my dear fellows, that one is a lion." The moral: no matter how much you have in quantity, don't argue with quality. And now we bring you a folk tale titled The Monkey and the Crocodile. Once a monkey and a crocodile were friends. The crocodile's mother, who relished the monkey's heart, asked him to get one. The crocodile said to the monkey, "Fruits on the island are ripe. I can take you there." The monkey's mouth watered. He sprang on the crocodile's back and off they went towards the island. Midway, the crocodile revealed, "My mother wants to eat your heart, and I am taking you to her." The monkey kept his cool. "Oh, but I left my heart in the tree. You will have to take me back to get it," said the quick-witted monkey. The foolish crocodile started back towards the riverbank. No sooner than he reached there, the monkey jumped onto the shore and capered up the tree to safety. The moral: it pays to be quick-witted. And finally, we have this Panchatantra tale titled The Monkeys and the Bell. Once a group of monkeys found a bell in the jungle. Every night the monkeys would enjoy the melodious sound of the bell. The villagers were afraid of the sound, believing it to be an evil spirit. An intelligent woman in the village went into the forest to find out the truth. She found that a group of monkeys were playing with the bell. The woman placed some groundnuts and fruits under a tree in the jungle and watched the monkeys from a distance. The monkeys dropped the bell and ran to pick the eatables. The woman picked up the bell quickly and came back. The villagers praised her for her presence of mind. The moral: one must not be afraid of trifles. Intelligence and courage succeed against all odds. And with that, we conclude our program Folk Tales from India, in which you heard Panchatantra tales.
You are with us on the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. We now bring you today's commentary, Connecting India Through Road Infrastructure. It is scripted by K.B. Venkata Subramanian, senior journalist, and read by Kaushik Rai. Roads are an important lifeline for any nation. Equally important are transportation networks. The pace of growth of a country depends on the production of goods and services as well as their movement. For the progress of a huge and populous nation like India, construction of new and developed roads are crucial. Roads provide connectivity and ensure smooth traffic flow. The development of road network infrastructure is among the major reforms initiated by the government in different sectors to make India Atmanirbhar or self-reliant. Over the last few years, India's road infrastructure has seen consistent improvement. Connectivity has improved and road transportation become a high point of rapid development. Roads are providing better access to services, ease of transportation, and freedom of movement to people. India has one of the largest road networks in the world, spanning around 5.5 million kilometers. It comprises national and state highways and urban and rural roads. The Indian road network comprises national and state highways, expressways, major district roads, and urban and rural roads. National highways account for 2% of the total road network and carry over 40% of total traffic. India's Bharatmala Pariyojana, or the Bharatmala project, aims at building 66,100 kilometers of economic corridors, border and coastal roads and expressways to boost the highway network. The project will also improve road connectivity for tourist destinations, construction of bypasses, development of ring roads and decongestion of choke and congestion points. The program envisages 4-lane connectivity to 550 districts, increasing the vehicular speed by 20 to 25% and reducing the supply chain costs by 5 to 6%. The first phase of the program will bring in $82 billion investments by 2022 for developing 34,800 kilometers of highways. The National Highways Authority of India (NHAI) has accomplished the construction of 3,979 kilometers of national highways in the financial year 2019-20. This is the highest ever highway construction achieved in a financial sector. Recognizing the significance of a reliable and swift road network and the role it plays in influencing the country's economic development, government is building quality roads and highways across India. The road infrastructure would be on par with international standards. The national highways infrastructure will provide enhanced connectivity, quick mobility and accelerate socio-economic development. Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari inaugurated 26 highway projects and laid the foundation of 19 other projects in Madhya Pradesh on the 25th of August. These projects carry a road length of 1,361 kilometers. These roads will provide improved links and pave the way for economic growth, employment and overall development of Madhya Pradesh. The central government, in partnership with the Madhya Pradesh government, proposes to build Chambal Expressway. Once completed, it could be a game changer for the poor and tribals living in far-flung areas of Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. The expressway will provide cross-connectivity with the Golden Quadrilaterals Delhi-Kolkata Corridor, North-South Corridor, East-West Corridor and the Delhi-Mumbai Expressway. It will offer employment to people in these districts and adjoining areas. The Golden Quadrilateral Project, a network of highways connecting Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai and Mumbai, started by former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, is being given a new thrust. The government is making the road infrastructure more comprehensive and integrated. It has been made complementary to each other. Rail is being made complementary to the road to the seaport and the seaport to the airport. These interlinkages will ensure smooth coordination between the railways and the roadways, between the airport and the port and between the railway station and the bus station. Emphasis is being laid on connectivity in every direction, be it at Himalayan peaks or the islands of the Indian Ocean. Along with these interlinks, India is also developing its coastline infrastructure. The focus will be on building a state-of-the-art infrastructure towards the construction of 4-lane roads across the entire coastline, as coastlines have great importance in world trade. The NHAI has identified 1,500 kilometers of road projects to boost coastal connectivity. The coastal infrastructure will also help strengthen national security. That was today's commentary, Connecting India Through Road Infrastructure. It was scripted by K.V. Venkata senior journalist, and read by Kaushik Rai. This broadcast came to you from the General Overseas Service of All India Radio.
We present Ashwini Dagar, an engineer by profession at All India Radio, and also an adventure trek enthusiast holding a world record in the Limca Book of Records for adventure biking.
Hello everyone,